So if you open the next page, and Takweer, 81 surah and 18 ayat. Was subhi idha tanaffas. And meaning is by the morning when it breathes. I'm just reading first and then we'll analyze. Al-Fajr, wal-Fajr, by the day when it breaks. Al-Layl, surah 92 and ayah 2. Wan-Nahari idha tajalla, by the day when it shines. Then in surah 103, Al-Asr, wal-Asr, by the sunshine when it squeezes. Al-Layl 92, one ayat. Wal-Layli idha yaksha, by the night when it envelops. Wal-Layli idha saja, by the night when it darkens. Al-Mudassir 74:33 ayat, by the night when it retreats. Now I will explain to you, these are the just words describing the environment. It is telling you this all. For example, first surah At-Takweer, was subhi idha tanaffas. That's all. This is an ayat, complete ayat. It means is by the morning when it breathes. What happened? When the morning it breathes. That's all. What do you understand? Okay? No, don't understand. Wal Fajr, by the day when it breaks. No understanding. That's ayat, complete. I'm talking about these are complete ayats. So, Wal Fajr, by the day when it breaks. So people on us, to us on the believer, the timings is written. The Quran says the timings of the prayers are written on the believers. So when he reads this, he identifies. That's the time of Fajr prayers. This is the time of Zohar prayers. You understand what I'm saying? It only says, was subhi idha tanaffas. It says when the morning when it breathes. And what do you do in the morning, early morning? What do you do? The first thing you have to do is Fajr prayers. For the believer, it is written down. So by describing, it is the descriptive timings. You understand? Because on the believers, the timings are written. So you know, when you read this ayah, was subhi, that there is not any other explanation by mankind. I have not come across by any scholar to explain to you what does it mean by the morning when it breaks, by the day when it breaks, by the day when it shines. What? To me it is clear. It is describing the timings of the prayer written on the believers. They know. Fajr means what? Fajr, if I use the word Fajr, what comes in your mind? I'm asking you, believe me, I'm asking you, what, if I say Fajr, what comes in your mind? But when you see Wal Fajr, you can't understand this. It says only ayat Wal Fajr. When Allah says by the Fajr means by the day breaks. So when you can't say it's Fajr prayers. Why can't people understand when I am saying this? Okay, you explain to what does mean Wal Fajr. No explanation. When I am explaining you must understand, listen to it very carefully. Wal Fajr, what comes in your mind? It's prayer, Fajr prayers. So I'm just telling you, it is written on the believers. So if it is written on your believers, you must identify the timings, descriptive timings by Allah in His ayats. So when He is describing, you must understand this is the descriptive timings of the prayer. Then it says, one nahar, daylight, idha tajalla, when it shines, that is Zohar prayer. So I've written down Fajr prayer, this is Fajr prayer, then Zohar prayer. Wal Asr, you ask any person, Asr, what do you understand by Asr? If I say Asr, what comes in your mind? Asr prayers. So when Allah says Wal Asr, so people are looking as if, and they have translated so many different. Wal Asr, in Arabic, in Asr means to squeezes. So when the sun shines, because we are praying by the timing of the sun, remember this, by the movement of the sun, the prayers are divided. By the timing of sun, and that sun clock is in our psyche also. But there is another timings of the month of Ramadan and the months of the Hajj. They are by the lunar months. And that is mentioned in the Quran as 12 months. In the Quran, 12 months is mentioned for the Hajj and Ramadan. But for the prayer, it is solar system. And I will explain to you how. So Allah says in Awal Asr, when the sunshine squeezes, is Asr prayers. وَاللَّيْلِ إِذَا يَغْشَى, and then the moment night envelops is Maghrib prayers. وَالضُّحَى وَاللَّيْلِ إِذَا سَجَى, when the night starts to darken is Isha prayers. وَاللَّيْلِ إِذَا أَدْبَرَ, when the night starts changing is the Tahajjud prayer. These are the timings, descriptive timings by the environment. By the environment you can come to know this. These are the timings of prayers. That atmosphere, when the early morning before the sunrise, you can understand that's Fajr. When it is the night, like Zohar, the sun shines to extreme. You can all understand this.